brother next to you, alhamdulillah, we're from this area, okay, mashallah, I'm from this area, come to get to sit together, visit each other, في سبيل الله. وجبت محبتي للمتزاورين فيه. Allah says in Hadith Qudsi, my mahabbat, my love is guaranteed to those who visit each other for the sake of Allah. My love is guaranteed to those who love each other for the sake of Allah. So you get to, in the masjid, alhamdulillah, we get to make all these niyyah and these intentions, so we get to strengthen our relationship. The good people should strengthen the relationship in this way. So this is also another niyyah that we can make. There is a new niyyah I'm giving you today. Keep it in your mind. A new niyyah. What is this new niyyah? للتفقه في الدين. The niyyah is called التفقه في الدين. To get to know your deen, to get to know the rules, the teachings, the hadith, to know the deen. The hadith says, من يريد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين. Meaning, if Allah wants good for you, Allah will make you learn the deen. Allah will make you study the deen. That's a niyyah that you can do. Always, whenever you come back to the masjid, my niyyah is التفقه في الدين, to know my deen better. And once, every day you're learning new things, you're picking up new things. Allah wants good for you. Allah wants khair for you. Allah loves you. That's why you're here. So many people, they can't sit here. They don't sit with us. Alhamdulillah, you're sitting until 30 minutes, 40 minutes, that's Alhamdulillah, you're getting so much of thawab from Allah Azza wa Jal for that, and lots of barakah because of the dance, and you're getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we're studying what? We're studying the best subject, the Quran. The Quran is the best subject. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best among you, the one who learn the Quran and teach the Quran. Learn, whatever you learn, teach it well. Right, who remembers which verse we stopped by? Let's see. I'm sure the young ones there. Say your name first, so that all your companions around you know. Your name? Fatim. MashaAllah. We stopped by? Ayah 23. Correct. Which grade you are in, Fatima? Grade 6. MashaAllah. Right. Remember Fatima? Grade 6. Ayah 23. Ayah 23. We'll read together as usual, just to get the thawab of recitation, and then after that we going to, inshallah, reflect together, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا Okay, we'll do it short. وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار التي وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين. صدق الله العظيم. The verse starts with this question. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ. If you were in رَيْب. رَيْب means doubt. Rayb means doubt. Now remember, Allah, in the verses before that, Allah Azza wa Jalla was setting the examples to people that He created, that Allah created the heavens, the earth. Allah brought the water from the sky. Allah was telling us about His signs in the horizon that makes us make what? Tafakkur. We spoke about it last week, right? Tafakkur, to reflect in the signs of Allah around you, to come to know and to realize these signs of Allah. Like someone maybe is weak in tafakkur, is weak in the subject of tafakkur, to reflect, to ponder, to see this, the order in the universe, to see intelligence in and this intelligence will make him realize Allah exists. Allah is so powerful. Someone is weak in this subject. Okay, if you are weak, Allah gives you another challenge. Allah gives you another thing to think about. And that is what? The verses of Allah. Tadabbur. We have tafakkur, contemplate, meditate the universe to get to know Allah. And there is tadabbur. Tadabbur when it comes to reading the Quran with understanding. Reading the Quran and thinking about the verses of Allah. Is this the word of a man? Can this be the word of a man? The Quran? So Allah says, فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ. If you are still in doubt about what we reveal to our servants, فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِثْلِهِ. Bring a surah like the Quran. Try to bring a surah like the Quran. Try to qualify something like the Quran. That is challenging them with what? The i'jaz of the Quran. The Quran itself is miracles. What is the miracle of the Quran? Remember, every prophet, Allah Azza wa Jal granted him a miracle from the same nature of what the people of at that time was good at. So the people of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, what were they good at? Egyptians. I'm Egyptian. What were they good at? Who remembers? People, magic. They were very famous for that. Egyptian magician, black magic. They were so famous for that, Egyptians. Up till today, by the way. They are so famous for that. And so Allah Azza wa Jal came and challenged them in the field with bringing them a miracle that challenged all their magic and refuted all their magic. And all even the magicians themselves, they said, no, this is not magic. When they saw the miracle of Sayyidina Musa, they said, this is not magic. Fir'aun, what did he say? He said, إِنَّهُ لَكَبِيرُكُمُ الَّذِي عَلَّمَكُمُ السِّحْرَ. This is your ustad. He said, Musa is your ustad who taught you magic. Because he defeated all of them. Understand? So it wasn't magic. Now Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Jesus be upon him, became in a nation that was very famous for medicine. Very famous for it. So he came to them, a prophet, he made dua, Allah killed the person. And he revived a dead person by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He did all of it. All by the permission of Allah. Came challenging them in the field that they were good at. The Arabs, what were they good at? Poetry, talking. See, the Arabs are good in talking. Arabs are very talkative nation. Very good in talking. Unfortunately. And they were unlettered nation. The Arabs, they don't know how to read. Most of them at that time, they didn't know how to read and write. It's called al-Ummiyin. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا. Allah sent in the unlettered nation a messenger. And he himself was unlettered. He didn't know how to read or to write. Understand? So how will they save the message? How will they know the message and save the message when they? It was meant for memorization. Literally, the literal meaning of the Quran, recitation. Quran, yaqra, Quran. It is meant to be recited. From the time it was revealed, the Quran was revealed upon the Prophet ﷺ, sama'an, and not a book. The angel didn't come and give the Prophet ﷺ a book. He said, this is a book. Take it and give it to the next. No, he didn't. He came over in sequences over the period of 23 years. Quran came over the period of 23 years. Certain verses used to come at certain times. Certain surahs used to come at certain, dealing with prevailing conditions at that time. Understand? Now, when the verses used to come, the Prophet ﷺ didn't know how to say it. He memorized it. He ﷺ heard it sama'an from Jibreel or came to it that directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his mind. As a wahi, as an ilham, inspiration in his mind. And he would memorize it. He would memorize it, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. After that, he would tell certain companions to write it. Also, he would tell it to them what? By the tongue, not writing, by the tongue. And then they will start writing. And then they will memorize it also. So they will hear from the Prophet ﷺ, memorize it. And some of them who knew how to write, they will write. And those who didn't know how to write, they already memorized it. That's how the Quran was said. And then the next generation will take it from that generation and memorize it. And then the generation from the generation and memorize it. And every person will give the one after and memorize it. Until today, Quran is the only book The only claim divine book, when I say claim, because I would say the other books are claim. Quran is the only divine book that is taken from the time it was revealed up till today. This Sanad, chain of Asatir, chain of Ustad. Some people have that up till today. You tell him, where did you learn Quran? Say, okay, I give my chain. My chain is, I heard it from Ibrahim. Ibrahim heard it from Khalid ibn Ismail. Khalid ibn Ismail heard it from Tamam ibn Muhammad. Tamam Muhammad heard it from... He keeps on saying the Ustad names until he reaches Jibreel alayhi salam. He said, this never happened to anyone. The Sanad al-Muttasil, connected Sanad until Jibreel alayhi salam. Heard it from this, 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 heard it from Rasulullah, heard it from Jibreel. Like that. Memorize the Quran, and some of the hadith are also the same. So you see how the Sahaba and how the generations kept the Quran for us. Kept it in this way. And also the hadith, the authentic hadith, many of them kept like that to the extent that they kept it even in the same way, the same way it was given to them, the same action and features of the person who gave it to them, they kept it in the same feature. So there is تسلسل بالضحك وبالتبسم. التسلسل بالتبسم. Some hadiths are like that. When the Ustad wants to teach it, you have to smile. So you say, why do you smile when you give me the hadith? He says, because my teacher gave it to me like this. And my teacher heard it from his teacher, and his teacher smiled to him when he gave it to him. And his teacher smiled, and the teacher goes to the teacher until Rasulullah. I heard from Rasulullah, I was smiling. You get it? You understand? It's called التسلسل بالتبسم. And there is التسلسل بالمصافحة. بالمصافحة يعني the chain of narrators بالمصافحة. When he heard it from Rasulullah shake the hand of the person and told him. And so that person, when he wants to give it to the next, he shake the hands. And the next he shake the hands until today. It is up. The chain is still up till today. To show you, I'm giving you this information so that you understand and appreciate the efforts of the previous generations. The ulama al-hadith, Allah Sahaba of Rasulullah, they did such great efforts to keep the deen for us. You understand? Now, with the Quran, it's even more strong. Memorized it, they wrote it down in front of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All the Quran was written in front of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All the Quran. Understand? Time. But of course, not written at the same time. Some of them write some. Put this one here, put this one here, put this one. They arrange it. Even the arrangement of the Mus'haf came also wahi from Allah. It's not just like that. It is by Rasulullah. He indicated what to put, where to put. Like that. And not only that, see how Rasulullah was so cautious, nothing wrong goes to the Quran like how it happened to the previous books. So he will tell the companions in front of him, write. He tells them what to write, they write. And then after that, say, read back to me. 2-3 people sitting, read what you wrote. They start reciting what you wrote. For the Prophet to make sure that it's written correct. And then you read what you wrote. You read. And then read, see, all matching. Right? And then nothing, no one add anything. If there's anything wrong, he corrects. No, this is not like that. This is like that. To correct them. So it was all written in front of the Prophet ﷺ, but not on papers. What did he use in the past? Leaves of trees, skins of animals, things like that. Because that wasn't available at that time in Arabia for proper paper. So they wrote it in that. So the whole first Quran actually was compiled was so big. It was so big Quran. And it wasn't like it wasn't like a book basically. It was like papers on top of each other, skins and leaves of trees, etc. on top of each other. So big. Imagine today, we are so honored. We are so fortunate. We have the Quran so small. So small, you can memorize it, you can print it, you can. And the Prophet said, Mushaf muwarratha. He already prophesied that the time would be easy for people to make Mushaf, to make a Quran and Mushaf, and to spread it. Now it's so easy for you to. This Mushaf is so valuable that you can give it to someone and they read. Every time they read, you get similar thawab. Or you give it to some non-Muslim to learn about Islamic translation. Why not? Understand? Anyway, وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ, if you were in doubt about that which we revealed to our servant, to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, abdin servant, فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِثْلِهِ, bring a surah like that. Some of them tried, but they failed. Some of them tried, but when they tried, it exposed them. The Quran exposed their foolishness. That's not like the Quran at all. It's nothing. Like Musaylim al-Kadhab, he tried, failed. Others like fail. Couldn't get like the Quran and the way the Quran is articulated linguistically. One of the miracles of the Quran, the linguistic miracle of the Quran. Such powerful, especially to someone who understands. Even those who don't understand Arabic, when they read it, they are affected by the Quran. If they read the Quran, they are affected by the Quran. Even they don't understand Arabic at all. And even if they don't read Arabic at all, they just hear Arabic, they just hear the Quranic recitation, they get affected by the Quranic recitation. You can go to YouTube and say, people hearing the Quran for the first time. Search that. You will find so many of them crying and so many of them amazed just for listening to the Quran. For the first time. I did it myself. I did the experiment myself. So many people got affected just by listening to it, even though they don't understand it. What if they understand it? What if they understand it? And the beauty of it in Arabic is by far exceeds when you don't understand it in Arabic. When I was saying like Hamza and Ali, etc., I was reading the Quran. I learned how to read like 5 years or so. So I read the Quran. So how can a sane person read this book and doesn't believe that it's not from Allah? How can a sane person read this kitab and he doesn't think it's from Allah? Because I was thinking that anyone who reads it, he must believe it's from Allah. Because it's the kitab, the book, and the way it's articulated in Arabic is off. Even though I was a child at that time, I was thinking, how can someone? Because it's impossible that a human being or author. Some of the mustashriqeen means those who used to read the Quran to find faults in it. So after reading the Quran for some time and trying to find faults, he couldn't find faults. So he said, you know what, my testimony, if we found this Quran in the desert and we didn't know anything about Prophet Muhammad or about anyone at all, we will just know for sure it's from God, just by the book itself. It's self-proof, self-evident. Why not? It is actually the miracle of the Prophet Muhammad, the permanent miracle of Rasulullah. The Quran is the permanent miracle of Sayyidina Muhammad. Most of people who accept Islam, they read the Quran first. Powerful. The Quran is powerful. The content is powerful. The logic is powerful. It's appealing to the mind, appealing to the soul. It's powerful. I remember Gary Miller. I don't know if he's alive or not, rahimahullah. He wasn't a Muslim. He was a Christian missionary. He was very famous in the 70s and the 80s. I learned a lot from this man. He wasn't a Muslim then, but he accepted Islam later. And he got few lectures on YouTube, etc. And he says that I said after I read the Bible and I debated with Christians for so long, I said let me read the Quran and find some faults in it, like how I did with the Bible. And he was a Christian missionary, he went against it. And then he read the Quran, as soon as he read from the beginning, the first Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ, he said, wow. Who's this author who says this is the book, there is no doubt in it. There's no mistakes in my book. Who's challenging everybody right from the beginning? From the beginning, challenging everyone. And then after he read few verses, he said, this is what I was saying for 50 years. Exactly what I'm saying and what I'm thinking. And he became a Muslim. And he became a da'i to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The same thing. So many people like that, reading the Quran to find faults and they become Muslim. Just because of the logic of the Quran. The power of the Quran. Amazing when you read it to get Iman in your heart. When you read the Quran to get Iman in your heart, you know, the Quran is like Al-Quran lima quri'a lahu. If you read it for shifa, Allah will give you shifa. If you read it for barakah, Allah will give you barakah. If you read it for increasing the risk, Allah will give you risk. If you read it to facilitate your matter, Allah will facilitate your matter. If you read it for cure from black magic, Allah will cure you from black magic. This is the Quran for what you read it for. Understand what? Now if you read it to increase your iman, to overcome your doubts, to become stronger in faith, you will find it. So sometimes, okay, we finish the Quran, one khatam. The second khatam that you're making, make niyyah that this khatam will be for me to love Rasulullah more. You read the Quran with this intention. I'm going to check the verses and how the and I'm trying to know the character of Rasulullah through the Quran. And you'll get to know it. Allah will develop that love in your heart while you're reading the Quran. I'm going to read the Quran to understand and to believe in the existence of Allah and the power of Allah and the attributes of Allah more. You read it with this understanding and you start making the khatam like that, you will find that. Find the verses approaching exactly what you intended. So many verses you will find it approaching exactly what you intended. Try it out here, understand? Right. So Allah says, and if you are in doubt to that which we revealed upon our servant, فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِثْلِهِ. Bring a surah like the Quran. وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Not only that, but bring any witnesses, anyone who can help you. Bring all the Arab poets and anyone who is good in poetry and literature and try to invent something like that. You say that Muhammad invented it, bring something like that. Try to bring something like that. If I couldn't, the Arabs, such as Utbah ibn Rabi'ah, Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira, those names were very famous for literature and Arabic poetry, etc. at that time. And after Al-Walid went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and checked and tried to bribe Rasulullah, saying, if you want medicine, my nephew, if you want medicine, we can give you medicine. If it's jinn that comes to you, we can cure you. And if you want money, you call into Islam because you want money, we can collect for you until you become the richest amongst us, Muhammad. And if you want to be the king, we're going to appoint you. Why you have my word? We're going to appoint you to be the king over Quraysh. You are the king of us from now. But leave that matter. So Rasulullah sallallahu after hearing him, listening to him, he said, "Afaragta ya Abul Walid? Are you done, Abul Walid? Are you done?" He said, "Yes." They want to interrupt him. And the Prophet called him with his kunya. When you call someone with the kunya, he's trying to do ihsan to him. He called him with his kunya, with a title that he loves. Afaragta? You done? Fasma' minni. Now listen to me. Hamim. He started reciting Quran. Only Quran. Only Quran to him. As soon as he heard it, he changed. Remember, he left his club, his people, Quraysh idolaters. He left them and said, "I'm going to go to Muhammad now and try to convince him." He went with a face, and when they saw him coming from far, they said, "Allah, his face changed." The Quraysh idolaters said, "His face changed. Sahara." He did magic to him. He heard the Quran from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he changed. And then he said, "My companions, take it from me." He told them, "Take it from me. I say that we leave Muhammad, and it's over. We leave him alone. If he succeeded, Izzu Izzuna, his honor is our honor. If he succeeded in his mission, then what an honor for us, for Quraysh, to be the leader of all the Arab tribes of the whole Arabia. Through him. And if he didn't succeed, then the other Arab tribes will defeat him and kill him. So anyway, let's just leave it. Leave him alone. I say we leave him alone. You say, Saharaka wallahi, he did magic to you. That wasn't what you were saying earlier. You changed. Quran changed. So he said, so what do you say of the Quran then? He said, Inna alayhi la halal, wa inna lahu la talal, wa inna a'lahu la muthmir, wa inna asfalahu la mughdiq, wa innahu ya'lu wa la yu'la alayhi. He said, this Quran is high, nothing higher than it. وَمَا هُوَ بِالشِّعْرِ. It is not poetry. We know what is poetry. And we never see Muhammad telling poetry before. This is not poetry. وَلَا هُوَ بِالْكَهَانَةِ. It is not kahana. It is not like predicting things like how the people who used to predict them. It's not like that, he said. It's a message. He said, وَإِنَّهُ لَمُثْمِرٌ. It's fruitful. It got so many beautiful content. Inside there's so many beautiful manners. And then he said, so they said, then what do you think is the Quran then? Saharaka Allah. He's made magic to you. He said, I think it's magic. Like they gave him the line. They gave him the beginning of the line. I think he made magic to me. إِنَّهُ لَسِحْرٌ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا سِحْرٌ يُؤْفَرٌ. The Quran made mention of that statement. He said, إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا سِحْرٌ يُؤْفَرٌ. It is but magic. Don't you see how when someone reads it or when someone hears it affects him? And so it makes the same family, people living together in the same family, husband and wife, when the husband is listening to it, he gets affected, and the wife is not affected when she's not listening to it. So it looks like it is magic. She said, what do we do with it? She said, we make noise. We don't let our people listen to it. When it is recited, we make noise. وَقَالُوا لَا تَسْمَعُوا لِهَذَا الْقُرْآنِ وَالْغُوا فِيهِ. He said, don't listen to this Quran. Make noise when it is recited. Put cotton into your ears. They used to put cotton into their ears. Why? Because they were afraid of the effect of the Quran. Sayyidina Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi came, he heard about Rasulullah and he wanted to check. He's a true prophet or not. He came to Mecca. As soon as he entered Mecca, the Quraysh idolaters stopped him. They know this is the leader of his tribe. Stop. Put cotton quickly in your ears. Why? He said, because if you heard the Quran, you're going to become Muslim. This man is a magician and his Quran is magic. Don't listen. He said, فَلَا يَزَالُوا بِي حَتَّى وَضَعْتَ الْكُرْسِ. So they kept on warning me until I put cotton into my ears, so that I don't listen to the Quran. He said, and then I was walking by the Kaaba and I saw Muhammad. They said, they thought this is Muhammad. So Allah, I'm a sane man. I came specifically to know if this man is a true prophet or not. How can I come all this distance and I can listen to him? So he took off the coat. He said, فَسَمِعْتُ الْقُرْآنَ مِنْهُ. He said, as soon as I got closer to him, as if the prophet already knew that I wanted to listen to him. So he started reciting Quran. He said, as soon as I got closer, the prophet just recited Quran to him. He said, I followed Rasulullah sallallahu Islam. He said, the Shahada, this is Quran. It is not magic, it is not nothing like that. It is the truth. He's a true prophet. So how the effect of the Quran on the Arabs is so great. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla, when approaching the Arabs in the Quran, don't be the first to disbelieve. It's in your language. Quran Arabiyan ghayra dhi iwaj. There is no problems in it at all. There is no faults, no defects in it. It's Arabic. It's powerful. How can you be the first people to disbelieve? That's why most of the Arabs became Muslims. Most of the Arabs became Muslims. Most of the Arab nations, very few, the percentage, 1 or 2% of the Arabs are Christians, and very few percentage is Jews. Arab Jews, up till today, I'm talking about today. But majority of the Arabs, they became Muslims. Very few Jewish people in Yemen and Morocco, and very few Christians in Egypt and in Lebanon. And the rest of the Arab world is Muslim people. Muslim people. Why? The effect of the Quran again. The effect of the Quran. Allah, I saw some Christians, even Christians, who memorize verses of the Quran. They love it. Even though they're still Christians and they can't say that I'm going to change. But they love it, they like it. They like how the Quran. And when it is recited, they shed tears. They shed tears. Why shed tears? So powerful. They like it. Allah mentioned it. وَإِذَا سَمِعُوا, when they listen to that which came to Rasulullah, تَرَى أَعْيُنُهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ مِمَّا عَرَفُوا مِنَ الْعَرَبِ. See their eyes are flooded with tears because of the power of the Quran. So Allah challenged the Arabs to bring a verse like the Quran, to bring a surah like the Quran. They failed in that process. إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. If you are truthful, there's not from Allah, then bring a surah. They failed. Later on, the challenge became even a verse. To bring even a verse from the Quran. A verse like the Quran. Then Allah says, see the challenge, how it's becoming difficult. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا. If you don't do that, you're not going to do that. وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا. Negating that they won't be able to do it. Not they won't be able to try, they'll try, they try. But you won't be able to bring a surah like the Quran. Impossible to bring a surah like the Quran. Impossible. There are some fake ideas and falsehoods that appeared later on in Iran and in other countries. Other ideas like Baha'ism, Qadianism, etc. Right? And they have their books. They have a book called Al-Aqdas. And it's in Arabic. The mistake that they made, or that person made, is that he wrote it in Arabic. And I read this book. It's in Arabic. And it is so weak. In Arabic, it is so weak linguistically. I'm talking linguistically. Linguistically, it's not compared at all. It got so many mistakes beside the content itself. It is so weak, not compared to the Quran at all. At the same point, فَاتَّقُوا النَّارِ. If you're not going to do it, fear the fire. What fire? Jahannam. فَاتَّقُوا النَّارِ الَّتِي وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ. The fuel of Jahannam is what? The fuel of Jahannam is nas, mankind, وَالْحِجَارَةُ, stones. What kind of fire is this? A fire that's not fueled by any dry wood or so. No. Human beings and stones. What is the color of the fire of Jahannam? You can guess. Black. The color of Jahannam, the color of the fire is not red or yellow or blue. It is black color. The color of Jahannam is black. So the fire of dunya, it is like 1 unit of 100 units of the fire of Jahannam. It's nothing at all compared to the fire of Jahannam. And then Jahannam on the day of judgment, لها 70 زمام. It has 70 ropes. On the day of judgment will come with 70 ropes. Imagine, Jahannam, angels are holding the ropes. Each rope is held by 70 disbelievers. Those who disbelieve in Allah, those who deny the verses of Allah, those who live their life away from Allah. Didn't think of Allah. Heedless people. وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. It is prepared for those people who are kafirin. when Allah created Jahannam, Allah asked Jibreel, go look at it, go look at Jahannam. He went and looked at it, and then he returned back to Allah. And he said to Allah, Wallahi, بعزتك وجلك, by your might and power, no one will see it and will wish to enter it. No one will see it and will, or anyone will see it, will avoid it by anyone. How it is prepared. How Jahannam is darakat, it is levels. Level down. Jannah is level down. And Jannah is levels up. Jannah is levels up. And in order for you to go to Jannah, you have to cross Jannah. وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا. All of you have to cross Jannah. Not cross it like you're going to go inside Jannah, inside the fire, etc. No, you're going to cross on top. Everyone will enter, meaning everyone will cross over. Like there is a bridge, and that bridge you have to cross over to Jannah. Who will be the first one to cross? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be the first one to cross. But when he crosses, he won't just go to Jannah. No, he will wait for us. He will wait for his own breath. As the Ummah is passing, Rasulullah said, Allahumma sallim, sallim, Ya Allah. Let it become easy for him. Make him pass. Secure him, Ya Allah. Secure him, Ya Allah. Rasulullah make dua for you. While so many people are falling from other women, from other nations, you will be passing by the dua of Rasulullah. Passing to Jannah. Some people will pass كالبرق الخاطف, very fast. And that's what I mentioned. Some people will pass in the speed of the camel. Some will pass in the speed of a horse. Some people will pass crawling. And then you can see someone will pass hanging into the sun, hanging with his hand. And his body is down, burning of course, and he's trying to pass. And he said, فَتَلْفَحُهُ النَّارُ تَارًا. The fire of Jahannam is touching him for some time, and then he passes, he moves on for some time, until he may manage. And some people will be, from the Ummah, will be falling down in Jannah. And they owe some amal salih. One day they did some amal salih, good deeds, then they did, and that amal salih will come like a bird. Pick him up, put him back on Salat. Some of the good deeds will pick him up, put him back on Salat to continue. And some people, no, will fall down and will remain there in Jahannam, being punished for something. But they will come out of it. The believers, the good news is, the believers are not مخلدون في النار. The iman of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, how many minutes left? 10 minutes. Huh? Almost finished. Right. The iman of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah is that the people, the muwahhideen, those who believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even if they did major sins, they're not going to remain in Jahannam forever. They'll come out of Jahannam. After some time, Allahu A'lam. But we don't want to enter it at all, not even for a minute. Ameen. So some people, they will be there for some time, that they have of their friends or family members, and will take them out of Jahannam to Jannah as well. Understand yet? And then until the last person will come out of Jannah. That last person, from the muwahhideen, from the Muslimin. The last one to come out of Jannah. He said, after so many times, Allahu A'lam, after how many? Millions of years, Allahu A'lam, he'll come out of Jannah. Allah will order with the Shafa'ah of Rasulullah, he'll come out of Jannah. So as he's coming out, he's not going to come out, okay, now come to Jannah straight like that. No. Still he struggle to come out. He will crawl to come out, crawl until he manages to come out of it. And when he comes out of it, oh, he'll come back on Salat. He'll come back to Salat, you have to come back to cross. He'll come back on Salat. He said, فَيَتَعَلَّقْ, he tries so hard to pass Salat al-Mustaqim. Until he passed Salat al-Mustaqim, after a long time, passing Salat al-Mustaqim, and then he looked behind. فَيَنْظُرُ أَشْهَبَ مِنْهِ. He looked behind after he already passed Salat al-Mustaqim. But when he passes Salat al-Mustaqim, you don't enter Jannah. There is still some distance between you and Jannah. So he will look behind and see Jannah. He will look and say, Alhamdulillah, alladhi najjani minki. All praises to Allah who saved me from you. لَقَدْ آتَانِ اللَّهُ مَا لَمْ يُؤْتِ أَحَدًا مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. Allah gave me such a privilege that He never gave to anyone of the world. He'll think that he's the only survivor. After seeing all people falling in Jannah, he'll think that he's the only one who made it. After spending so many time in Jahannam, he'll think, oh, I'm the only one who's saved from it. Already so many people entered Jannah before him, but he's thinking like that. He said, Allah, you have given me some privilege that no one else from the world has given this privilege. And then after he comes out, he won't ask for Jannah. He won't dare to ask for Jannah. He'll see Jannah there, he'll stop at this guy, okay, good Jannah. Already superseded him. So say, Ya Rabbi, there is a tree that is so close from Jannah. Ya Allah, let me be under this tree. You took me off Jahannam. Let me just be under this tree, just to be under the shade of that tree. So Allah will tell him, what if I took you under that tree? I gave you permission. Then you will ask me for something else. You say, no, وَعِزَّتِكَ وَجَلَالِكَ. You start taking qasam. By your might and power, I will never ask anything. I just want to be under the shade of the tree. Sorry. Allah Azza wa order that he goes under the tree. He remained there for so many years, maybe millions or billions of years, under the tree. And he will forget what he took from qasam. He'll saw another tree. He'll see another tree closer to Jannah. Say, Ya Rabbi, draw me closer to this tree so I can see the people of Jannah at least. So I can see the people of Jannah. You say, Allah, didn't you ask me that you're not going to take a qasam that you're not going to ask anything after that? Now you asking again. You say, Ya Rabbi, please, and you start making dua, lots of dua to Allah Azza wa Jalla. And then Allah Azza wa Jalla will allow him. Allah will allow him to be under the tree. And they'll go under the tree. And then when he starts seeing the people of Jannah, he can't control himself. I can see now what is in Jannah, and smell Jannah. Say, Ya Rabbi, don't let me be the most unlucky person. After so many years waiting and looking at the people of Jannah, say, Ya Rabbi, don't make me the most unlucky human being. Let me enter Jannah. Allah Azza wa Jalla will be happy for him. Allah will be happy. Allah said, I ordained that for you. He ordained that he's going to enter Jannah. Allah ordained that he's going to enter Jannah. So Allah Azza wa Jalla say, you enter Jannah, وَلَكَ فِيهَا. And you have there in Jannah, this is the last one to come out of Jannah. And you have there better than the kingdom of the greatest king 7 times. Your own Jannah, your own paradise, is better or greater than the kingdom of the greatest king on earth 7 times. Somebody say 10 times. 10 times greater than the kingdom of the greatest king. So you say, أَتَسْخَرُ مِنِّي وَأَنْتَ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Are you mocking me and you are the Lord of worlds? You won't believe me. Say, are you mocking me and you are the Lord of the worlds? Say, no, it is ordained that you're going to enter Jannah. Enter Jannah, the Jannah of Allah, by the mercy. But this is the minimum, the last person to come out of Jannah. This is his privilege or his Jannah. What about us? What about those who spend their time in dua to Allah Azza wa Jalla at night in tahajjud? What about those who recite the Quran every day? What about those people who make their fajr every day? What about those who are punctual in their salah? What about those who spend the time here in the masjid? What about those who give da'wah to Allah? All the khair for you. All the good for you. All the good hope for you. Have husnul dhanni billah, have good expectation of Allah. Jannahs for you. For this ummah of Rasulullah. Just avoid the haram. Just avoid the haram and do what you're doing. Rasulullah already showed us the way, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He already showed us the way. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. It is already there. This is the